It's almost summer, fat boy. We're 20 days away from summer. The summer solstice, right? It might feel like summertime right now because the kids is out of school and the Dominicans are playing dominoes outside. But the official start is about 20 days from now. I'm gonna show you how you can use AI to get yourself a six-pack this summer. I'm gonna break the whole system down for you so you can leave with a solid game plan to have a six-pack by summer, but you gotta watch it to the end in order to get the full plan. If you can't watch a video to the end, well then, I'm not surprised you fat searching around the internet for videos on how to get a six-pack. That's how you ended up here. You too fat to have a six-pack. So you went on the how to get a six-pack on YouTube. You found yourself here. The Lord led you to this video because he wanted you to watch it, and you can't even listen to God. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm Gymnasium Jesus, the Son of God. And I'm going to show you guys how to get ripped. And we're going to use our new God, AI, to do though. Our future overlords, AI, to do it. Now, warning, this is not going to work for you if you like obese. If you super fat, if you're a guy who can't see his genitalia when he urinates, this might not be the right game plan for you. If you're a girl that's so fat that your only option is to date black guys, then this might not be for you. This is for people who are more so skinny fat or fat skinny, if we want to be politically correct. This ain't for skinny obesity, if that's a thing. Maybe it will be in the future. Step one, you need to open up your preferred AI platform. I like ChatGPT, but you can use Gemini. You can use Claude if you swing that way, I guess, you know? Some of us just like a little bit of racism in our AI. Then we use Gronk for that. But my preferred large language model is ChatGPT. You get a picture of yourself with your shirt off. If you're like me, you're always taking shirtless pics because you are an egomaniac. So I just got one on deck. So you go ahead, you upload that up to Skynet. Tell it your height and weight. Say, I am 6'2" and 200 pounds. Estimate my body fat percentage. See what they got to say. Shit's taking mad long. This the shit they say is gonna take over the world? Okay, here we go. Oh no, that was actually pretty quick. All right, Skynet says that it's about 6% body fat. Looking at this photograph, listen, man, it must have been trained on some good ass data because that looks about right for your boy. You not 6% body fat. Your shit is gonna be pretty high. Here's what you do. To get a six-pack, you're gonna need to be 10% or low. It's probably wanna get into the single digits for summer. When you get in single digit body fat, if you've never been there, shit changes for you. You have a larger number and more appealing mating opportunities that get presented to you, sometimes thrown in your lap. If you've never been single digit body fat, you don't really know what I'm talking about. If you watch this whole fucking video and do everything I say, you'll experience it. You start to have some pride in yourself. You just feel better. So you want to get to 9% body fat. You see what it did with me. You see how accurate it is, right? You're going to do it for you. Okay, this guy is 6'5" and 335 pounds. Estimate his body fat percentage based on the photo. Let's go. This motherfucker must be some sort of athlete, fat athlete. All right, cool. 25 to 30%. All right, so here's what we need to do. How many pounds of fat would I need to lose to be 9% body fat? We could have did the math ourselves, but if we got ChatGPT right here, let them do the work. All right, they doing fucking arithmetic. This bitch doing calculus. So the answer, 69.8 pounds. All right, so whatever your answer is, that's how much body fat you need to lose. That was step 2, get your target body weight, right, and figure out how many pounds you have to lose. Step 3 is to do the math. To lose 1 pound of fat, you have to burn 3,500 calories. This guy has to lose 69 pounds. He has to burn an extra 241,500 calories. Now, here's the thing. If you're overweight, if you're like as big as this motherfucker, like, you know, that high, the higher your body fat percentage, the faster you lose fat. As your body fat percentage gets lower, it's gonna be more difficult for you to lose fat. That's why motherfuckers be like, oh, I can't lose this last 10 pounds. It's going to be difficult. Your body wants to hold on to a little bit of that body fat. Your body's trying to hold you back. You got to fight nature and squeeze out them last few pounds, right? All right, so what we want to do is we want to start tracking the calories we consume each day. Take your body weight in pounds times 10, and that's how many calories you should get each day. For every 1 pound of fat we want to lose, we have to burn 3,500 calories, right? This guy needs to lose 69 pounds. So that's a shitload of calories he has to burn, right? 69 times 3,500, that's like 200,000 some calories, right? You may not have to lose that much. You may have to lose more. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just math. We got to start tracking how many calories we burn each day. And if I was you, I'd get a spreadsheet. I have a free template for you where you can start tracking your calories consumed and burned and track your other habits as well. It's called the Victory Vision Planner. The link's in the description. It's free. It's just a free Notion template. This is a bare bones version of it. First, we have to track how many calories we consume each day, right? And you want to do that with MyFitnessPal. And it's super easy to track your calories. People always start fucking crying and shit when I say you gotta start tracking your calories. Like, motherfuckers act like it's the most difficult shit in the world, but it is the thing that works. There was a study done by Duke University. They took a bunch of fat asses and they said, hey, fat boys, just track your fucking calories for 3 months. They didn't give them no diet plan or anything. They didn't have them in a caloric deficit. They didn't have them doing keto. They didn't have them doing pescatarian. They didn't have them doing keno bodies. They didn't have them doing nothing. All they said was track your calories. And on average, they lost 5 pounds over the course of 3 months. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but you got to remember they had no plan. They just keep your regular diet and just start tracking, right? And the thing is, when people track, they're more cognizant of what they eat instead of putting anything in their mouth like a fucking whore, right? So you got to start tracking the calories you consume. You can do that with MyFitnessPal. And here's the thing. People are like, well, what if my fucking mama makes some fucking stew and I can't track it? Like, you don't eat that shit. Shit, what if my wife makes some she mixing everything in a pot and I can't fucking track it accurately? Don't eat that shit. Tell that bitch to get her shit straight. Matter of fact, dump that hoe, right? She holding you back. She might be the reason you fat. And once you get ripped, you can get a better bitch, man. That's what this whole thing is about. Anyway, I say a good rule of thumb is take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. That's how many calories you need each day. You should also get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This will allow you to retain more muscle during this cut. Now, some of you will say, how do I build muscle at the same time? You'll be able to build muscle at the same time only if this is your first year working out, right? If you've been training for years or so seriously, then it's going to be difficult to build muscle and burn fat simultaneously. So let's say you're consuming 2,000 calories a day. And I really think you should track it in a spreadsheet too. Just write it down in the morning, how much you ate the day, put it in the spreadsheet. There's a free template in the description, right? Now we need to start tracking how many calories we burn each day. What I recommend you do, get yourself some sort of fitness tracker. I use the Oura Ring. They don't pay me to do it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if they have any black people endorsing it. Some people saying that it might be racism. I don't know if anybody said it until just now, but it's out there now. And the only way they can beat those allegations is to pay a black bald YouTuber. So Oura Ring, if you're listening, I will help you beat these racism allegations by accepting your money. Contact my people. All right. But anyway, this is what I wear. I've been wearing this for like 5 years. You can wear the Whoop too. The Whoop is a good device. It look kind of dorky to me, especially if you're wearing a suit. You look like Spy Kids. Fuck that shit. Or you can wear an Apple Watch. Apple Watch is good. It'll track your calories you burn throughout the day. Or you can get a Fitbit, or you can get a Samsung watch. Now, the only problem getting a Samsung watch is that I'm not confident that anyone has ever had vaginal intercourse with a human woman while wearing a Samsung watch. I really don't believe it's ever happened. It definitely hasn't been recorded in human history. Samsung watch would probably be the best if you've taken like a vow of celibacy, or if you were a nun, or you just really live this nerd shit. If you really about that geek life, right? Get yourself a Samsung watch. It doesn't matter. As long as you have some device that will track how many calories you burn each day. Now, these devices aren't 100% accurate, but they give you a good idea. Now, check this out. Let's say this guy, he's burning a mere 2,500 calories per day, which is fucking light work. That's nothing. Some of y'all burn more calories than this gooning. And that's the thing, man. Your fitness tracker, if you wear it all the time, it'll track your goons as well. And if you have a Samsung watch, you know you gooning. You on a goon squad. Somebody going in your bedroom, it look like Spider-Man was in that motherfucker, man, because you just been gooning out. Like you been in that motherfucking web slinging out your penis. So look at this. Look what happens. If you see there's a formula here that tracks your deficit, you get that in your Victory Vision Planner, right? But he's in 500 calorie deficit each day. Boom, he burned the magic number, 3,500. He should lose a pound of fat per week. If you're hitting these numbers and you haven't lost a pound of fat, then maybe your fitness tracker is not as accurate as you think, and then you got to adjust accordingly after like 1 week, right? But you can step it up way more than this. 2,500 calories is fucking light work. Let's say you want to burn 2 pounds of fat per week. I burn between 3,500 and 4,000 calories a day, but I am a maniac. But this is reasonable, 3,000 calories per day. Now you in a 1,000 calorie deficit, boom, 700 calories total for the week. You should have burned 2 pounds of fat. It's very important that you track so you know you're doing everything right. Because what happens is people don't track shit. They're not as consistent. Let's say you do this shit. You're doing this shit. You're on this 2 days. 2 days, all right, cool, man. And then one day it's like, oh man, somebody has an after work function, right? And you out here, all right, man, you know what? I'm gonna have some drinks. The next thing you know, you have some appetizers. You can get an extra 1,000 calories easy. Boom. All right. So that's just one day, man. Just, after work, went out with the boys. We were all wearing our Samsung watches. Things got a little crazy after the computer science seminar. And then you went crazy, right? Then Friday comes. Oh, it's the weekend, man. Got to go out. It's the weekend. Oh, shit, Yeah, you start out here acting crazy. You have a party. And then, man, Sunday comes. Oh, man, let's watch the game with the boys, right? And then what happens is like, oh, man, I don't need to work out this day. That day you went out, you probably didn't fucking burn all the calories. You probably didn't work out that day, right? So now you back to your regular shit. And then maybe you took another day off from training. So you didn't burn as many calories. You said fuck it on the weekends. You didn't work out at all on the weekends. And now look at you. You accomplished nothing. Fucked up part about not being consistent is most days you still stuck to your diet. That's what you guys are doing, why you can't lose weight. You do it most of the time. But doing it most of the time, being inconsistent, the problem with being inconsistent is you do just enough to fail, right? Because this is failure. You burn no calories. You might as well have done nothing. Right? I would rather you done nothing because at least you don't fool yourself into thinking you accomplished something. This is what inconsistency looks like. That's why you got to track it to make sure you're on point every day. It's very important you track it. So get that Victory Vision Planner and track it because it's easy to fuck up. Oh man, I can just do it here and there, or everything in moderation, blah, blah, blah. Listen, everything in moderation is the battle cry of the inconsistent. I've never heard somebody say that and accomplish their goals. Now, if you want a diet plan to hit these calories, you can just use the formula I gave you, or you can go back to Skynet and say, hey, this guy wants to lose let's say 2 pounds of fat per week. Write him a diet plan that will help him accomplish it. Make sure he gets 1 pound of protein per pound of body weight. Now, I'm saying this guy, you would write me. So the reason you have to tell ChatGPT to prioritize protein because you just got to give it context. You got to know what you're on. You see, Skynet said calorie deficit of 1,000 calories per day, right? Boom. Maintain muscle with that much protein. Boom. And then now you got the sample meal plan, and you can make edits to this. A lot of people don't know this. You can make edits to this. Like for me, I don't like chicken breasts. Chicken breast is for women, right? So rewrite it without chicken breasts because I hate it. Chicken breast is for women. Everybody knows that. So now rewriting it, chicken-free sample meal plan, right? But you can make as many adjustments as you want. And there you go. You can get the meal plan straight from ChatGPT. You might be thinking, how do I burn as many calories as I need to burn? Now, this is already good. The truth is, you don't need to actually do cardio to burn fat. A lot of people don't know that. Cardio will help and it will expedite things, but diet is most important. You can't out-train a bad diet, but you can out-diet bad training. So you don't even need to do any cardio for this, right? But you can. But this right here, this deficit right here, this meal plan will put you in a 1,000 calorie deficit. If you tell ChatGPT you want to lose 2 pounds of fat per week, it will give you 1,000 calorie deficit because it knows what's up, right? But let's say you take it to the next level. Write him a workout plan that helps him maintain and get a 6-pack. Here's the most important part of this prompt. Base it off of the teachings of handsome, famous YouTuber Brandon Carter. You got to do that so it makes sure it gives you something good. It might give you some bullshit. without that. And you got to put handsome, famous YouTuber Brandon Carter, because there's other Brandon Carters in the world. Might give you some fuck shit. All right, here we go, man. This bitch gave you push-pull legs. She went to motherfucking classic, old school Brandon Carter. She went and dug into the archives. You know what I'm saying? Back when I used to do intermittent fasting. That's fine. So that's when I used to do push-pull legs. All right, cool, man. It's fine. You can also do my YouTube videos. I have a bunch of HIIT cardio fat burning YouTube videos. You can do those too. It's the ones with millions of views. You'll find them. They're right here on this page. Here's something I would say. When you're doing your diet plan, I do low carbs, but you don't have to do low carbs. You could tell ChatGPT to make it low carbs. There is one advantage doing low carbs. You lose a lot of water weight as well as fat, but you'll also lose a lot of water weight. And people say, man, you're just losing water weight, just losing water weight. That is not insignificant, because if you lose water weight, you will look better and your abs will show more prominently. Right? This is the reason why bodybuilders, physique competitors, bikini competitors, they all dehydrate themselves before the show, right? Because they look more muscular. You can see their six pack and the definition better. So it's not insignificant when it comes to how you look. When it comes to body composition, losing water weight will help you look better, and low carb will help you lose body weight super fast. You don't have to do it, but if you just want to take it to the next level, I think you should do it. Now, let me give you the cheat code. Here are the supplements you should take when you're on this thing to really take it to the next level. One supplement that I take, especially if you're gonna do low carbs, you should do this. If you're not gonna do low carbs, I don't know if it's necessary. LMNT, and I drink about 2 or 3 of those a day because I do keto, right? And I get the watermelon flavor because I have a genetic predisposition to liking watermelon. And this will prevent you from getting what they call the keto flu. The main reason people get the keto flu is because, as I told you, low carbs will flush out a lot of your water weight. But with that water weight, you'll lose a lot of electrolytes. And when you lose a lot of electrolytes, you'll feel like shit. And LMNT is an easy way to replace it. I drink it in the morning, maybe one during the day, maybe another one later on the day. Now, that's just for low carbs. Everyone should do these next ones. Caffeine. Caffeine is one of my favorite supplements. I love it more than anything. I take it for medicinal reasons and recreationally, right? I recommend you take 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine 2 to 3 times a day based off your tolerance. I'm doing like a gram of caffeine per day, man. You know how I roll, but I've worked my way up to that. I've been abusing caffeine since I was a child, like 2 decades straight of just abusing caffeine. If you're drinking like 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, man, those rookie numbers, you got to pump the numbers up. But the reason you want to take caffeine is caffeine will give you more energy, right? Because if you're in a caloric deficit, but you got to move more, right, to burn more calories, but you're eating less, you might get tired. You might get some lethargy, right? Caffeine will help you with that. Caffeine is a potent appetite suppressant, right? So you'll be less hungry, and it'll help increase thermogenesis. For those reasons, it will help you burn fat. It raises your heart rate so you're burning more calories at rest. I take so much caffeine, sometimes it feels like my heart's gonna jump out my chest and start doing work for me. But you can do whatever you want. You can take caffeine pills, pre-workout. That's my preferred way to get it. I like the little tingles you get for pre-workout. You know when your ears start tingling a little bit. You ever take so much pre-workout, back of your eyeballs start to twitch? So you know it's work. I like that feeling. You might not, then you just get it from coffee. The next supplement you need to take, warning, this may be on the banned substance list if for some athletic shit, if you like in the NCAA or if you NFL superstar. Listen, if you are a motherfucking pro athlete, you probably not watching videos on how to get a 6-pack, bro. All right, so regular motherfuckers ain't got to worry about this shit, right? But I just want to put that out there. It's called Ephedra. When I was a kid, every fat burner had Ephedra in it. This is the 90s. We're talking about hammer time when Tupac was alive, right? Why does Ephedra work? Because Ephedra is one of the few supplements that's actually proven to burn fat, right? It does it in a few different ways, but one of the ways is fat burning is a 2-part process: lipolysis and oxidation. Lipolysis is when the fat cell is broken down into fatty acids, and oxidation is when those fat cells are converted into energy. Ephedra has been proven in studies to increase the rate of lipolysis, right? Which is the first half of fat burning. But it also gives you a ton of energy. So now you can burn off those fatty acids. That's oxidation, right? And you're gonna need that because remember, you are in a caloric deficit, which is a mild form of starvation, right? You're getting less calories than you need to survive, right? And you gotta move more. So you need that extra energy, but it's a potent appetite suppressant. So it'd be easier for you to stick to your diet and resist cravings. They made that shit illegal to put in bodybuilding supplements in the late 90s. I don't know. I guess somebody Some motherfuckers died or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But I think that was just natural selection. I don't think God wanted them to pass their genes on. I'm down with taking Ephedra. You can still get it. You don't need a prescription. You just go to the pharmacy. You got to give them your ID so they don't think you Breaking Bad or some shit. They don't think you turning that shit into meth or whatever. And you say, yo, let me get some of that Bronc Aid. And they'll give it to you. It's an asthma medication, but Ephedra is like the main ingredient in it. I suggest you take it with your caffeine 2 to 3 times a day. Assess your tolerance. Maybe take it once, see how you feel. I'm on this shit right now. Before I sit down in this chair, I took 300 grams of caffeine, popped a Bronc Aid, and you see how good this video is. It's a performance enhancer. The next thing you can take is this shit called Ketone Aid. They don't pay me either to endorse it, but I do know the CEO, that's my dog. And this is an exogenous ketone. So how this works is exogenous ketones are basically an alternative fuel source that your body can use. And you don't have to be on keto to take this. It'll give you more energy and it will suppress your appetite. It won't burn fat directly, right? But it will suppress your appetite. So make it easier for you to stick to your diet and resist cravings, like way easier, and give you more energy so you can do these hard ass handsome Brandon Carter workouts that you got from ChatGPT. And they just work so well together. This stack, I called it the keto illegal stack. Ketone Aid, 300 milligrams of caffeine, some of that Bronc Aid, 2 to 3 times a day. It's the shit, man. I never did cocaine, but I can't imagine. If cocaine gives you more energy than this, I see why cocaine's illegal. If you're new to these stimulants, you might not want to take it too late at night. You might not be able to sleep that well. But that's cool, man. Now you can just stay up burning more calories, get some work done. But just, maybe you don't want to take it too late. It's 9 o'clock and I took something right before this. I'm going to go to sleep in an hour. So I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I could smoke angel dust and go to bed if I wanted to. I'm really good at sleeping, but you might struggle with that. This is a solid plan for you to get a 6-pack this summer using AI. However, some of y'all want to do it a little faster. Some of y'all want to get ripped in just 2 weeks. If that's you, I got a way more intense plan in a video that I published the other day. Go watch that video right now. It's intense. Let's say you're already in good shape or you're in decent shape and you want to learn how to help other people get in shape. I made my first $1 million as an online trainer, and now I teach other people how to start their online training businesses. I've helped over 15,000 people grow successful online fitness businesses. If you want to learn how to grow your online fitness business as well, I got a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. It'll really break down what it's like to be an online trainer and how to do it. The link is in the description. It's 100% free. Go check it out. And you don't need to be certified. You don't need to have a lot of experience. You do have to have heart though. Check out the book. See if it's right for you. It's free. Link's in the description. All right. Peace.